Just a wonderful song. This is what we listen to in America, by the way. This is what we listen to 24/7. And on the subject of Brandon, folks, let's go branded, because today for the one take testing, we're playing branded, but not normal branded. I logged on to twitter.tv yesterday, and I saw that you know, our own Rebby had posted this, and it is what appears to be branded Tri-Brigade. And I realized I haven't taken a look at or even, done anything with this deck. So I really am interested in seeing if this is, like, any good at all. But not so interested that I would, you know, dedicate more than 1 second to thinking about it. It's kind of frustrating because, like, Tri-Brigade is in this really weird place where, like, it's fucking crazy. Like, every single card is nuts, and it does so much shit, and it's just bad, you know? It just, like, matches up poorly against stuff. Yashan has a video? Okay. I needed to pull up the Joker joke meme for a one that didn't land. Okay. Yashan branded.
What is up, YouTube?
This is too much.
We'll summon it, right? Same old Tri-Brigade stuff. We're gonna use the Rescue Cat here.
Okay, Rescue Cat here for Kit and
I need to see some cool branded stuff in the main deck.
some guy.
Okay?
Some
so you do the
jerk.
everyone's sort of seen this one, probably.
We go
probably
for Verte.
I imagine, right? Where you link these two in for a Fair Jet, and you're gonna use Kit to dump Nervball, and then you can use Nervball to add Fractal. Okay, so that's the way we go. That's the way you go. 4 in here, right? It might be safer, by the way, to add Karis. I don't know why someone wouldn't just Valor the Fair Jet, but if you have another Tri-Brigade, maybe Karis will go. But in this case, you don't worry about that. You're just gonna use Fair Jet's effect to special summon out the Fractal, and Fractal effect is going to vanish 4.
Fractal for 4.
And then it's going to summon out our good friend, the Shirek, the Ominous.
No effect.
This is very, very standard Tri-Brigade stuff.
Link, Shirek, and the
Fractal
Fractal
so this is where the fun starts. We're going to activate Shirek. Shirek is just level 4 or lower, so we're going to search out the first new card, Tri-Brigade Mercurial.
Okay, so this is the new one, Tri-Brigade Mercurial.
Wing Beast.
When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a fusion monster that lists Fallen of Albaz, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Negate that effect? This is a fucking Omni? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's incredible.
Very cool. It's got a couple of effects. This one, your opponent activates the monster effect while you control a fusion monster. You can send this is okay. Like it could be value if you have this later in the game and you have the
Wait, that's not even the good effect? Jesus Christ. Oh my lord. You can add a Fallen if its card is banished, you can add a Fallen of Albaz or a monster that lists that card in your text from your deck to your hand.
Out on here, right? But it doesn't come up as much. But it's important to remember. The most important effect we're going to pay attention to, if this card is banished, you can add a Fallen of Albaz. Or this searches any Fallen of Albaz or one monster list. So really good. Our goal is to try to banish this card, right? Our goal is to try to banish this card. Now,
so we're going to try and banish
at this point,
it. Gotcha.
We're going to discard this Tri-Brigade Mercurial because we want it in the graveyard to be banished. We can discard
so
this
we
Tri-Brigade
pitch
Mercurial.
it.
You can discard really anything here. I'm just going to discard, I don't know, let's discard the Ash. And you're going to summon back a Tri-Brigade that you haven't used. That's all of them at this stage. So
okay. When's that card coming out? It's out. It came out in the structure deck.
Your good friend Kit here to banish 2. Depends on how you want to play this, but you definitely want to banish Mercurial. I'm going to go banish the Fractal here for now. You're going to banish 2. You're going to summon your double Dragon Lords. Okay, double Dragon Lords.
Okay, DDL.
Mercurial's going to trigger, so now we can add anything. So
do he need a DDL or do he need a BB
We're
belt?
going to add Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. So this Fallen of Albaz in its text, and this is one of the branded cards that we need. Okay, so what is this going to do? Well, this is going to generate us a ton of advantage. What this is going to do is it's going to activate itself. So I'm going to activate the effect. I'm going to send a Branded Feather Trap from the deck to the graveyard and apply it on. So what are we going to send? We're going to send this card called Branded Blade.
Branded
Blade.
Is good. Is she even playing this shit? No, she's not. That's not real.
But basically, you don't really want to draw this card, and if you have some bricks in your hand, there might be some ways to use this Fair Jet. Before you like you can like for example,
she's actually not playing any of this fucking shit, right? God damn it! Where is Rebby? Rebby, wake up! Challenge. Someone needs to explain this to me.
You can actually skip this part, and you can, before you activate the Albion, you can summon out the Predaplant right away, and then you can draw and put back any brick that you want, and then you can use the add effect to add the Albion. So just a little heads up there if you want to, like, if you have some bricks in your hand, you can do that. But for right now, we don't need to go that line. We're just going to do this. So what does this do? This Branded Blade, when it's banished, or you can banish it from your graveyard, and you can just add back one of your Fallen or Albaz, or one card that specifically lists that in its text.
No, okay, yeah, let's just
there are a lot of other combos. I'm going to show them to you. Okay, guys, we are back with the. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Kit. We can send it to the graveyard now, right? We're going to summon out our good
Chaos
friend
plus
the
Nerval.
Mirage, okay? Now, what's going to happen here is that Kit is going to trigger, and we're going to send Tri-Brigade McCourier to the graveyard. So actually, we have good Kit targets now besides Nerval, which is a huge, huge, huge boost. This is one of the main reasons I think this is good in this deck. This brand is good because we can send something else with Kit besides Nerval, right? So, like, for example, if you just start with Tri-Brigade plays,
Oh, so if you open Nerval, it's not that big of a deal because you can use Kit to send McCourier.
Well, of course, we always want to banish these guys, and we're going to summon out our good friend Bearbrum here, right? Bearbrum. And what happens here is we're going to trigger McCourier. Again, we're going to use McCourier to add our Albion, the value.
See, he's using McCourier for Albion, but I don't want to do that.
Shall we? Okay, so here we are with the Karis and Kit version. You just saw Karis and Nerval. Karis and Kit, roughly the same thing, but I figured I'd go over it anyway. You want to start like this with summon.
See, I don't want to play the Blade. I think the Blade is bad.
Start with Fractal, and again, one of the big reasons why we want to play this new branded Tri-Brigade deck is because Kit can send McCourier when you have Nerval access already. That is this guy. We're going to activate this guy, summon the McCourier from...
Can we McCourier for branded fusion? Can we? What? No way. One monster that lists Fallen of Albaz. Yeah, no.
Right, and then what we can do is
So what are we adding off McCourier here? So we could theoretically add Fallen of Albaz. Albion? But there's no Albion in here. Albion in it. Springans Kit? That's not in here. I think what Rebby has built here is just branded Tri-Brigade.
That was wrong.
Jint Tech, thank you for the 5! Just using Albaz to super poly into Mirror Jade? That's pretty good.
activate this guy. We're going to activate this guy, summon the... But that one you can send stuff activating fair. 2000.
Okay, we'll just play the fucking good dog shit one. Oh, here we go. Tip with branded fusion.
We'll take a look. So guys, here we have
just Fractal.
It's all the same. So we go Nerval or Kits and Nerval. Add. I'm just gonna add Fractal here. Okay, so we add Fractal here.
Savvy Avenue, thank you for the
we're going to normal summon the Fractal, and we're going to banish 2. Okay, so we banish 2. We banish 2 for what? We banish 2 for I guess our fair in this case because we have a brick in our hand, and we can link these two guys off for a Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. Where's our Verte, Anaconda? Verte here, and then we can use the fairy to draw one and put the Fallen Malbaz back. Now, the point I wanted to make in this line is I'm going to pay another 2,000, lose 0 life points because I can combo all night. We can send Branded Fusion to send the Fallen Malbaz, and we can also send Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda as the link monster for Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. So here we go. We summon this guy out. We have sort of our follow-up ready. Got some hand traps. That was the main tip, that you can use Verte with the Branded Fusion as the link
Storm
monster.
Gem, thank you for the 9.
You don't need like a dozen another monster. You can use the Verte. So that's the quick tip for you guys. Then I've got one more trick with Branded Fusion to show you after this. That's going to be it, and then that'll be it. So I hope you guys enjoy the last combo, and I will see you then. I wanted to go over one more combo for you guys. And it's not really combo, but it's just sort of how Branded Fusion could work well in the deck, even if you draw it, right? So let's talk about that. So reset the deck, we'll take a look. So guys, here we have something interesting. I just want to sort of talk about this because it's a play that will probably come up, and it's one of the reasons why we run this Albion the Branded Dragon in our extra deck. It's because, okay, let's say we're doing our combos, right? We go, we go send Nerval, doesn't really matter. We send Nerval and we add Kit to our hand, okay? And we're having a jolly old time. We normal summon. We're gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna banish these two, and your opponent hits you with a Veiler or an Imperm. Branded Fusion, you can still activate it as long as you haven't special summoned a monster from your extra that's not a fusion monster. So it's sort of like in between Fusion Destiny and Red Eyes Dark Room. If you activate Red Eyes Fusion, it doesn't matter what you do. Even if it's Ash, you can't summon anything for the rest of the turn. Branded Fusion is the same way. You can't special summon monster from your extra except fusion monsters if it gets Ash, right? But that's okay as long as you haven't done it. And then Fusion Destiny is sort of like the weak, you can just activate it anytime at any of your combo, whatever, right? So okay, let's say you haven't gotten to a link yet. Boom, they hit you here. What do you want to do? So what we can do here is we can activate the Branded Fusion and we can summon out Albion, right? And the reason we couldn't summon out Mirror Jade because we actually need the Fusion Synchro, link monster, and if we try to link this in Onrush, we can do it. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to have to summon Albion, and we're going to use some fusion materials from our deck. One of them is going to be the Fallen of Albaz, and so that is this guy, Mr. Brick, and the other guy is probably going to be our good friend. What should we send? We have to send a light monster, right? So we need to send Veiler or Nibiru in this deck. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to send Nibiru, okay? So you send Nibiru, and then when this guy's fusion summoned, you can trigger the effect, right? You can banish fusion materials to fusion summon again from your hand, field, or graveyard. So what we can do is we can actually banish Albion itself, plus the Fallen of Albaz from the graveyard. And what this is going to allow us to do is this is going to allow us to summon out Mirror Jade, the Ice Blade Dragon. Okay, so this is where sort of the strength of the...
So I don't understand. Can you Verte into Branded Fusion? Why? Wait, why are you allowed to? It's like Red Eyes Fusion? Okay. But if you Verte into Branded Fusion, you can't, like, trigger Albion, right? because you're out of summons. I kind of want to play some Hearthstone. What do you recommend I play? Hearthstone. All right. I've mastered this deck. I'm going to play this one. Also, this is very funny. I gotta get the Let's Go branded shirt. So I put together the Earth Machine 10-minute testing, and I just hated it. It just did not look good. I just went to bed. I was like, I'm sorry, I just straight up cannot upload this. I'm going to try again, I think Monday or Tuesday. Okay. What are we building? Or here, what is this deck called? Tri Brigade? Yeah.
That was wrong.
Borrowing Z, thank you for the sub. Been enjoying Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Looking forward to today's stream. Well, that makes one of us. We the people. God, now I got it stuck in my head. Thanks, me, for doing that to myself. All right. I can send you a more fun Earth Machine list. I'm listening. Okay, so that's right. And I guess we need Albaz. Who else? The Lyralisks. Triple Warbler, 1 Cobalt Sparrow. Then we need, what is that, 2 Nibiru. 2 Ghost Bell. 3 Ogre. Is that 3 Ash? It better be 3 Ash. That's the only one I'd really play 3 of. Oh, there it is. And then 2 Valor. And then 3 Infib.
That was
and then 3
wrong.
Bird Call. And then a Called By. And then 1 Branded Fusion. Sykes, thank you for the sub. Oh, it's your favorite Ace Attorney character of all time. I'm enjoying him a lot. I feel like so many people were like, you're going to hate Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. He's just not the same. And I have liked him a lot. I think he's great. Oh, did we finally cut Shureg? No, he's still in here. Or not Shureg, Rugal. No, that jerk ass is still in here. Ferte, Almirage. Okay, what are we missing? Albaz. What are the Albaz fusions? Mirror Jade. What's the other one? Brigand the Glory Dragon. Why are we playing Brigand the Glory Dragon? Can anyone inform me? Albion. To send for Mirror Jade. I see. That's a very good send. You're right. The first person was a liar. All right, there we go. All right, we're going to roll through this one take. Then we're going to farm some footage for an SMD. You know what? I might even not do that. I think that probably I can do that on my own time. I don't need to subject you all to fucking the hell that is, what's his name? Oh, this hand's killer. We grab Fractal. We go Fractal Effect. Send Kit. Trigger Kit. Send Nerval. Trigger Nerval. Send, or grab Keros. You go Keros Effect. Pitch Fractal. Like this. For 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We grab Shureg. Link off. Yeah, like this. Trigger Shureg. You will grab McCourier. Farajit. We could summon McCourier. Normal Kit. Kit Effect. 2. 1, 2. Grab my guy. Then we can go Squirty Verdi. Then we can go I guess we're no longer able to go. Why can't I summon Apo here? Ah, a simple reason. We are just not playing it. Okay, well. We go Bear Broom, Chain Blocked. Oh. 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 Then we go Vert. But we can't Vert for Branded Fusion. Why can't we Vert for Branded Fusion? Because Bear Broom locks you. How do you do this? Do you use the Bear Broom as the material for the Mirror Jade? Oh. 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 Okay, now I understand what's going on here. Oh, all right. Okay. I'm in. Do. All right, we're going to grab Nerval, trigger Nerval. We're going to grab Keros. And then we are going to set to pass. Not a good hand. This hand is much better. We're going to go Tanky. Fractal. I'm going to go Fractal Effect. We'll send Kit. Trigger Kit. We're going to trigger Nerval over the course of the turn. So we should send McCourier here. We'll special her, just as a guy. Just as a little friend. Nerval. Then we'll go Farajit. Trigger Nerval. We grab anyone, right? Just anyone we haven't used. We'll grab Fractal. We go Special Fractal. We have like 9 guys in here, right? We can go for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shreg. Trigger Mercurier. Trigger Shreg. We'll banish the Tanky because it's funny. Okay, so we only do have the 1 Mercurier. So in this deck, it's actually we want it in hand. I'm learning so much, and yet experiencing so little. I think we are 1 monster off from doing what I actually want to do. Oh, but we actually don't have to do that because I have the Revolt already. So we can just go these 2 for Verte, trigger Farigite. Oh, that's incredible. Okay, I see. Go for Vert, send Branded Fusion. Go for Mirror Jade, him and him. Okay, this is nice. We're supposed to put him in the EMZ so we have Revolt online, but this is not bad. Okay, I like this. I like this. All right. What are we naming ourselves? Has to be Let's Go Branded. Oh, let's do LGBT for Let's Go Branded Tri-Brigade. Would you buy this deck in paper? Well, probably, because it's like $5, right? Like, what's expensive in this list exactly? Ash is 20. Okay, well, I already have Ash. I have Zeus, too. Bird Call is 10? Ugh. Cringe.
That was wrong.
Dax Stroyer, thank you for the year. 1 year, baby. True. Is your Zeus Fra or MP21? Fra. All right, ready? Here we go. Chad, can you behave today? Oh. Fuck. I was really looking forward to hanging out with Spence. Shit, he tested positive for COVID. Damn. I hope he's all right. 2 weeks vacation? 2 weeks vacation? Where are you working? All these fucking remote places make you come in anyway. Ah, damn, you got COVID? That's crazy. Anyway, log on to Zoom. Not America. Fuck you! Yeah, that would make sense. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and I'm back with another I need water. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. All right. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I aim to show off a deck, give you a sense of how it plays, and let you know my thoughts all in one singular take. Today, we are following the immortal words of Kid Rock, let's go Branded. We are checking out a new Branded variant. Like Tri-Brigade before it, Branded is a #1 contender of a list of cards you just jam into every single deck, hoping for the best. And, speak of the devil, today we are actually trying it with Tri-Brigade. Now, Tri-Brigade branded is expected to be an okay list. If you want a more combo-oriented build, please check out Yashan's video. But today, we're going to be looking at a build that's just heads up. It just plays the branded fusion, just plays one copy of the new Tri-Brigade McCourier, and only aims to end on a Verte Anaconda that makes Mirror Jade. It's a way to increase the ceiling on Tri-Brigade, a deck known for its consistency. I'm really excited to try this out. I stole this deck card for card from Rebby's Twitter, so you know it was invented by a sick mind. Let's jump into the games, and we'll see what happens. Oh, you know what? I should actually do this whole shit again. All right, let me run this shit back. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I aim to show off a deck, give you a sense of how it plays, and let you know my thoughts all in one singular take. Today, we are following the immortal words of Kid Rock and saying, let's go Branded. Branded, of course, is the newest released structure deck and has a lot of really powerful cards, among them Branded Fusion. Now, this card is a #1 contender for a stupid thing that you jam into every single deck like Adventure and just hope for the best. And today, we're going to be jamming it in Tri-Brigade, a deck that was very powerful and then functionally dropped off the face of the earth as the ceiling of the top decks increased astronomically. Branded Fusion does a little bit for this archetype. Obviously, it allows you to go into Verte Anaconda so you can make Mirror Jade, but it's doing that for everyone. Notably, what it offers to Tri-Brigade specifically is this card, Tri-Brigade McCourier. Now, this is a monster negate if you control a fusion monster that lists a Fallen of Albaz as material. It's endlessly searchable off of stuff like Nerval, but also if it's banished, as it would be by a Tri-Brigade monster, you're able to add a Fallen of Albaz to your hand. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but it means that your Farrajeets and your Bear Brooms get a lot better as you're able to tuck that card back into the deck, then send it off a Branded Fusion. Functionally, this is just a way to increase the ceiling on a deck that fell out of the meta because its ceiling got too low. I stole this card for card off of Rebby's Twitter, so you know that only the smartest minds are responsible for this one. We are playing the format staple 12 hand traps, 3 Ogre, 3 Ash, 2 Nibiru, 2 Bell, 2 Veiler, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. We're also playing the Tri-Brigade lineup you've all come to know and love. 3 Fractal, 2 Karos, 2 Kit, and 3 Nerval. We're also playing Turquoise Warbler and Cobalt Sparrow. These are fine cards. They're very good going second, but notably, it's really strong in this deck specifically to just have one extra guy in rotation. It lets you end on a best-case scenario board that turns on your Shuraig without having to link into a Shuraig and enables a Verte Anaconda summon. Regardless, I am really excited to see how this deck performs, and let's jump into the game. There we go. See? Much better. All right. I'm going to do EU Central Casual, and I'm going to be hosting as LGBT. Oh, Cursed Eyes, let's go. All right, we are playing against... All right, we're playing against common feature of the channel, Cursed Eyes. Let's just see if we can win the die roll here. I think we probably have to. They're 100% on Super Quantum, and I don't think we can beat that deck. Oh, this hand is looking pretty good. So we're going to go Fractal here, and they're letting it resolve, thank God. This is one of those hands that absolutely must resolve it. We're going to send the Kit to the graveyard, and then we'll trigger the Kit. We're going to send a Nerval to the graveyard, and then we're going to trigger the Nerval, and we're going to get... Oh, this is a rough one. I want to get the Karos here, I think. Just any one I haven't used. I think the Karos is probably the safest. Let's special summon that Turquoise Warbler. And then we can... if we want special the Warbler, I think we actually want to keep it in hand so we can pitch it for the Karos. If we pitch it for the Karos, we go to 4. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to pitch the Turquoise Warbler. Down comes the Karos. We will trigger the Karos here. This is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just go into the Shuraig. We will not activate the effect. We're going to link off the Shureg for a Farajit. And there she is. We will trigger the Shureg. We'll just get any one that we haven't used yet. I think we want the McCourier, actually. Yeah, this is a very strange hand. We could get the Fractal, summon the Fractal with the Farajit, use the Fractal to summon out the Bear Broom, and then link off the Bear Broom. But there's no real reason to do that, right? It's actually not particularly powerful. Instead, I think what we want to do is get the McCourier and just make Verte. Verte set 4 pass seems a lot better. Yeah, like adding Bear Broom when you already have Revolt seems terrible. Let's just use the McCourier for its intended purpose as an Omni. So we're going to go for the Verte Anaconda here. No reason to trigger the Farajit. We'll fire the Verte Anaconda. 2k for Branded Fusion. And then we're going to go for Mirror Jade. Send the Verte Anaconda itself and this Albus Nilius Filius. And that is the end board. It doesn't look like much, but it is an Interruption, a Revolt, an Infip, and a Monster Negate. Looks can be deceiving. Don't forget to put the Mirror Jade not in the EMZ. Why? Oh! I just realized why. We are going to have to figure out a way to get this guy off the field. Triple tack. Take my monster. Please, please take my monster. Thank you so much, Cursed Eyes. Oh, you are... Oh, Cursed Eyes, you're the best. Oh, thank you so much. Whew. Saved. Don't worry, chat. Saved. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so the Mech Courier is now offline. That's fine. They're going to special summon a Super Quant. No big deal here. I imagine they will special red. White would be quite bad for us. Oh, Alphan again. Okay, well, let's go for the Infip targeting the Alphan. We're going to have to make it through all 3 Alphan if we want out of here. What is that? It's a White Layer? Okay, that's fine. White Layer doesn't really do anything here, right? White Layer's fine. Alphan again. How many Alphan do they want in rotation? Oh, I see. I see what's happening here. All right, let's go for the Revolt. Called by the Grave. Oh, clever. Clever. Well, okay. Let's get the Farajit, the Kit, the Nerval, and the Fractal. We'll still summon Shureg. And I think we're going to have to get out of this one not with, like, the effect of Shureg, but with all of the effects of our really powerful monsters in the grave. So we'll go Nerval, Kit, and the Farajit. Oh, Bell is interesting. Bell is quite interesting. Does that accomplish anything for us? I could see it mattering. That's a thinker. I think I actually want the McCourier. No, let's do this. We'll send the McCourier to grave off Kit. Yeah, that simplifies things. And then I think the pick is just the Fractal here. Okay, we'll take a ton here. All right, well now all we got to beat is Zeus. They're going to summon it in defense, which is kind of annoying. We'll trigger Brigand the Glory Dragon here. Does this add it to hand? I actually have no idea. If so, we win the game, right? We just grab Keras. Adds or specials? Okay, let's get Keras. All right, I feel like we... Oh, God, we don't even have Shureg on the follow-up. How the hell are we outing this card? What if we just pass? I mean, realistically, how much can they accomplish with just this? I could normal the Fractal. This forces the Zeus, I feel like. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Let's go Bell. Jeez, I didn't think we would get to. If we had drawn another material, then we could have done this, but we didn't. All right, let's just pass here. Why no search? Gee, I don't know, chat. Can you maybe think of a reason why I wouldn't search? Now, if they're on a second Zeus, we get massively punished here. But there's not much we can do about that anyway. That is an incredible draw. That's just an unbelievable draw. Wow, that's really good. That's just really good. Very, very strong. Okay, let's go for Bird Call. We'll grab Turquoise Warbler. Add it to our hand. We will special the Turquoise Warbler. We will trigger the effect. Grab the Turquoise Warbler from the graveyard. Go for Assembled Nightingale. Can we kill them here? They're at 8,000. I think we just go battle. We just like go battle and then set up material for the future. Then we're chilling. We go 1, 2, 3, Rugal. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, get in there, buddy. Whee! Whee! Do we even Zeus here, or do we wait? I feel like we wait. So we can Keras to get the Revolt back, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because we don't have any Shuregs left. I think we're just making DDL. Let's go 1, 2. There you go. And then the boy. Yeah, this seems crazy. Let's bounce this bad boy. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. This is looking pretty strong. Yep, I don't think that's going to do it. Oh, another Bird Call. Bird Call is good here because it means we can reset the back row as well. We'll just grab the Cobalt Sparrow. You fool, they can resummon Zeus now. True. We will activate. Maybe we won't activate. Why can we not activate this? Face up. Okay, I've never read any of my cards, chat. All right, we'll go in for 3K. We'll go in for 16, and we will dare our opponent to accomplish something. All right, I feel pretty good about this. One more draw. The bad part for Cursed Eyes is they're also all out of Alfan. E-Telly. I probably do Ash this. Blue just accomplishes so much. Gamma! Oh my god, you're kidding me. Oh no. The last draw was Gamma. I guess we should have waited for it to be on field. Oh no, this is disastrous. This is actually disastrous. They get a Super Quant here. I don't know what they accomplish with this. I guess we'll find out. They're going to grab white, right? Oh, red is crazy too. Oh, red goes so hard. Yeah, red. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. You can target a Super Quant in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Oh, God, there's nothing we can do about that. That's fine. Droplet. Oh my good God. Oh my God, we're going to lose. Oh no, not like this. No, not like this. No, come on, not like this. Oh. Oh. Oh, of course they're playing this card. Of course they're playing Chaotic Ruler. No! Oh, wow. We've normaled, right? Oh my god, we haven't. End of main phase. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we're just dead because we don't have enough life points. Oh. Okay, in my defense, Cursed Eyes is literally built different. I played this a little crusty for sure, but I do like the concept. The idea that, like, oh, you're just ending on Verte Anaconda rather than ending on a bunch of nonsense. I would remind everyone, please do not make your Mirror Jade in the extra monster zone. We missed a monster negate off the Mercurier because of that. But outside of that, I do think this has potential. Tri-Brigade is an incredibly powerful deck, and I would like to see it more represented. That said, doesn't have a very good Super Quantum matchup, and for that reason, 0 out of 10. Deck is still bad. Will never win a CSM. See you next time. All right. Y'all ready? Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Uh-oh. That's not right. A little loud. A little loud. Should be good. All right, chat. Where we last left off, we were about to enter court for Turnabout Corner. Here we go. It's a little loud. It is just a little extremely loud.
That was wrong.
All right, how about this? Valentine, thank you for the sub. Too quiet now. Raise it a little, sure. All right, how about now? I'm going to marry the difference. That's good. Okay. Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine, we'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Do some now, I want to see or hear. Huh? Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. This guy. What's wrong with his teeth? Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. I love walkie-talkie. Not really. Walkie. Don't be running your mouth like that in here. I love his apron. See, that's the difference between you and me, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. All right, good. The trial's starting, and I haven't had a real talk with my client. Joe Biden, thank you so much for the 20 or for the 5 gifties. If you didn't get one, you got to type Dodge in chat. You know what? Actually, let's type "Let's go branded Tri Brigade." Let's get some LGBTs going in the chat. All right, I guess we're seeing Gavin's weird fucking brother. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie-Talkie, of Walkie Slush. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge. This is a German rock star. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? We got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I see. Not to worry, Herr Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts. How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. Is he gonna rock? Achung, baby! Ooh. Okay, I'm in. I'm in. Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down. To prosecuting! This is crazy. The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. I'm going to schmooze this over just a little. There we go. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant, because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean plain undeniable. If you are to glare at anyone here, Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Let's get this. Holy shit. All right. 9? Not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? The motive, Herr Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Miraculous Clinic? We're going to find it out over the course of the... Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh. But what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? Son of a bitch, I have to beat this guy and my own defendant. This has happened several times before. I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? Alright, what do we got? This is unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. You are the defendant. Wacky. I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kataki, you better be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into jail. Alright, this guy sucks. You gotta hand it to him. Wacky sure has guts. Yep. He's got some. The court will now hear the testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant. The doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad, and then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I figured it out. No OG's gonna let it pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? You're saying you were one of the victim's patients. A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True dat. Tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Alright, let's... Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's try. Oh, I love the little faces down there. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. He called him a quacker. You fucking quacker. Isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, pointy locks? Who do you think you are? Your lawyer? He was a quacker, plain and simple. Why? By someone, you mean you? Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor besides you? Wow. Let's talk about this. What? So you were a patient at the Miraculous Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. We had a little run-in with the Rivalis family. Oh, they're named the Rivals family. That's great. That's just fantastic. That's really good. That's when I pulled a jack move. Oh my fucking god. Ran into an ambush. Got shot. You couldn't stand the stress of waiting, and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. So you were carried to the Miraculous Clinic from there. You were shot in the heart. Wow. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. The surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it. The doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. Who is that? So the bullet is in you. I can still feel it. Jesus Christ. Synchro cracker equals sonic duck support and retrain confirmed. True. Right on my chest, up against my heart. This sucks. We're fucked. That's a pretty good motive. The family health checkup. The bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, could kill you. Maractus had knowledge concerning this time bomb. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way! There is proof. Your checkup report. Alright, let's check that shit. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. I mean, sort of. That's not that helpful. Wait, June 14th? No fucking shot. Oh, this happened 2 days ago? You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act. Yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Okay. A year and 2 days ago. Who is this? Who is this? Holy shit. Joe Biden, thank you for the 5. Did you really want him going to Hickfield Clinic instead? Maybe. My name is Wesley Stickler. Oh, so he posts in discourse. Okay, gotcha. By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University. Actual chatting. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Oh, great. He's a shape rotator. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days... Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. Boom. You ask, quite simplistically, what I... Oh my fucking god. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping. When I saw them, one man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. His hand he held... Yes, a pistol! It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. I don't like that. Alright, what do we got here? Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? The man, I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. I've never seen him. I feel like I'm gonna dislike pressing this guy. On the way home from shopping, why go through the park? Ah, fascinating inquiry. Great. Oh, yeah. I get that everyone has places to be. Were these men talking by any chance? Now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal. That is a good one. That's a good one. Whoa! God, what an asshole. How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark. Oh! Oh! Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier. You see, in class, I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Who cares? Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes! I don't care. God, this guy sucks. Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one you just submitted? Am I sure? Surely you jest. Oh, he did it again. He's doing this. I swear that something's going on here. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed... Oh, my fucking God. Okay. Square in the forehead? Well, that doesn't sound right. Yes, that's to the right temple. No, no. No, 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 no. Let's get the one shot here. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. Objection! I don't really like his objection. Good eyes, Hair Justice. You're cool. Real cool. You really think so? Yet there is a reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. The pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion. Yeah? It's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night, during another altercation. I got him. I got him. Don't worry. Trucy, I got him. You fucking bitch! You stupid idiot! Oh, if that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Hair Justice? Huh? Oh. Objection! There we go. Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Pace yourself! Right. Look at this. Right, a problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. You testify that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead. Ah! Oh my God, shut up. Oh my God. Understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrical absolute. For example, the... Oh my God. This is what it was like to be friends with me in high school. Mr. Justice, yes? Was your objection to these krypton particles? No, I'm obsessed with something big. Oh! There's a bigger problem here. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. temple. Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. Whoa! Oh, 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 oh. That's a contradiction, isn't it?
Objection!
Hair Justice. Oh, Hair Justice. Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to the testimony. Hey, Hair Forehead. Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Hair Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. Probably shout stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eek! And you, Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Oh. Ah, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory. This is literally just leading. He's being cute about it though. So yeah. That's fine. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Shit. That's much better. Damn, this was my next line of questioning, to think maybe it was on the left side. Shit. What am I supposed to do here? As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Oh, did you? You don't strike me as a man of action. I hate this guy so much. If I were in the killer's shoes, I wouldn't have left a witness behind. Are you sure both men were able to hear your voice? They were, of course. My high, exquisite voice echoed through the park, and the victim responded to that clarion call, a kuai. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned? Indeed. About the same time. That's interesting. Can you describe the killer's action more clearly? He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. Interesting. That's interesting. Why would... We'll come back to that. You didn't try to apprehend the criminal? It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't the time. Find something that we didn't find. What were we supposed to have found? Fingerprints. Where are the fingerprints?
Objection!
He wiped the prints before he left? Another misleading request? Yet you're so beholden to your own motive. Discourse! He said it! Holy shit! Oh, we could use this. Hold up. Take a quick snap of this one. There we go. Come again. Wait a second, you say? A second? Are we intended to... shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. No, here. Look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, a common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Oh, that's crazy, but he tossed the gun and ran. Woo! That's a cool one. Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Was he wearing gloves? No, absolutely not. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remains, which contradicts the testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. He's doing something. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. When he restated what he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Well, it could be said that I'm quite offended. What the fuck was that? Farfa just banned an MBT fan for calling Morbius more bussy? Good. He should do that more. Some of my viewers are trolling him. You better not be. Now, if you're saying more bussy, you deserve more than a ban. You deserve help. You guys should ban more people in general. All right, Waltz Master 1, let's start here. See you in 10. No, what if what he threw wasn't a pistol? Then it had to be something else. It's the knife. Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. It's a knife, you fucker. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it. This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol, and two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Oh, Herr Forehead, you're forgetting two other things you've just proven. One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, and two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Well, la-dee-da, he didn't do it. Never underestimate a Gavin is my lesson here. God, I hate this guy. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long? Oh, my God. What? Can you please just fucking testify? Wait, is chatting gone? What happened to chatting? I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene and you disabled it? No, I didn't. Oh, 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 oh! Wait, someone legit took it off mine. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Should be back. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. That sucks. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was a killer. Scrafted, thank you for the sub. Yo, MBT, thanks for always making amazing content. It was a blast meeting you in Charlotte. Oh, epic. No, it doesn't. This song is so fucking good. I hate this fucking guy so much. Scarro, thanks for the sub. God, this guy sucks. No, we're running it back. No. Something's wrong with this. Okay, I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Sure. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience, okay? I used my cell phone to call the police. We have a cell phone. I mean, no shot it's his. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. And that's clearly bullshit. Let's try the cell phone here. No, music didn't stop. What emulator are you using? The same one that everyone else uses. Real hardware? No, you don't have to use real hardware. Man, this is hard. I know, but you're dedicated. That's true. Is there anything in here? No. Spacey. This guy's not spacey. I don't really like any of these. Alright, let's try this again. I'll try it, yeah. What? Were you kidding me? Holy shit. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's Trucy. Oh! What the fuck? Nobody move. There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. Air Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess 20 minutes, or I promise you, you'll regret it. Holy shit. Whoa! That's what? That's it? Yeah, sure. You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Trucy, you're okay. Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Are you fucking with me? Trucy is the smartest motherfucker on the planet. Oh my god. Holy shit. Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Remember what you said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. No more staged abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. She has a stand as well. Might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. He goes... There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in, and each time there was a contradiction. He's going... In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. Oh. Maybe he didn't do that. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? You notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. Oh. I sat next to Daddy during big matches. Trudy, thank you for the $2. The amazing Mr. Hat, not to be confused with the amazing Mr. Hands. Ugh. He's literally a Chet. It's not cheating. I wasn't looking at their hands. I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all. But not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated. What does that do for us? You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Yes. Not true. Daddy said so. He said, you have the power, Apollo. Okay, let's do it. Time's up. Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid a guilty verdict. Time to show this court what I've made of. Alright, let's go. Okay. Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. I just flew in from the coast, and boy, are my arms tired. I love Mr. Hat. Where can I get a Trucy IRL? I don't think anyone really has a Mr. Hat. God, Trucy's great. That's literally her stand, by the way, right? Was holding the knife the wrong way. Yeah. Like to say, the young lady standing next to you. Oh, you mean me? Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Right, don't worry about him. I settled it. Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. let's just get to the. All right. Because I forgot to ask something. However, we're not stalling for time. All right, let's see it. Could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Oh. There it is. Yunoishi, thank you for the sub. My bracelet feels different. I love the fucking noise. How do I do the bracelet here? So you called immediately after witnessing the murder. The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? This is it. Flashback to 2 seconds ago. I'm not sure if I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay. Touch it as soon as it reacts to the testimony. I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it. Sure. He fiddles with a page of his book. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face, and your eyes are sort of bugging out. First, move your focus of attention down to his hand. You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking in the right place. I see. How? What the fuck? There we go. Got it. Pay attention to his words and his fingers. Ergo. Gotcha. He's doing it.
Gotcha!
That's so cool. Gotcha! This is so cool. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? I'm curious about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? I'd like to see the phone. Please show me your cell phone. Huh? Why do you need to see that? I'd just like to see it. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. Mr. Stickler, Is this your cell phone? Yow! Where'd you get that? How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. That's where the victim lived. That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. Just where was this payphone located? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. So you left the park. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There could only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone, because it was found in the victim's garage. Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. The cell phone tells it all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it does sound like that. I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, I guess technically I can. Or can I at all? Do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Of course I have evidence. Oh, I like your swagger. Hit it. I mean, it's probably the cell phone, right? But let's check some other stuff. There can't be any of this. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? No comment here, Judge. Oh, it wasn't that. We found it in the garage. If it had fallen on the ground before that night, it would have been rolled over. But how do we prove that? I guess this? That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus's car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus's car hit a pedestrian. From the absence of a mirror, it's clear the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, it would have been run over. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage. Oh, absolutely. Stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. Suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Stickler and Pal Maractus. That is, other than this. I guess that's true. Gotta get a motive. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That's the face of guilt. Let's make it happen. I love that Trucy is just, like, zoned in 24/7. That night, oh, the music. I went to the supermarket. I dropped my cell phone on my way back. When I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Awful testimony. My model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road. What do you mean? That's fine. This testimony's penis. We can do this. We don't need the bracelet. You can afford food on your salary. Huh? Well, yes, of course. Interesting. Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself? No, I mean, yes, I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket, trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me. Ah, I see. In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic. Yes, that's correct. Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. And walked right into that fateful park. Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. Interesting. Noodle stand. Shut the fuck up. Fool! So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. Appears the defense has obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is the noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go. Do not go drink the noodle. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Please shut the fuck up. Smart noodles? Is that a Deltarune reference? Does it say noodle? Does it say noodle? Or does it actually say Old Dune?
Objection!
You fucking idiot. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle. Just last week, my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyes. It read without a doubt noodle. Oh, and he's fucking with the page once again. I see. Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming when you saw the sign you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign says the name of the stand's owner. El Dune. Inconceivable! I'm certain it was Noodle, for sure! I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said Noodle, and he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims?
So if you read it backwards, it says Noodle.
Oh. Well, then where the fuck would he see it backwards? I thought he was in the stand. I guess, like, here? Sure. Oh, right. I guess we should have rotated that shit. You lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the southern side. You got me! So? So what? So that means his pathing was wrong, too. It makes a ton of difference. Then the guy's head would have tilted to the left. Yeah. Whoa. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. At the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts, at which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? But if he's on the other side, then he would hit the left temple. So, now that we know that, what's going on? The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. But that's where the witness was standing, correct? So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple is Mr. Stickler. Order, order, order. Wow!
Objection!
Boom! Oh, that's sick. Boom! Clarify 1 point for me, if you would, hair forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent. But something still doesn't feel right. Just can't picture him as the real killer. Please, looks aside, I'm a really nice guy. All my friends say so. All right, let's go. Come on. I don't think he's a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Well, we're going to see this one out. You seem unusually quiet. Tell us why. Her forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate her Stickler's silence. You did say you were accusing the witness just now. for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. Ah! Evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Is he the fucking panty thief? Nothing to examine here, unfortunately. If I present the panties, will that work? Let's find out. The evidence is this. It was in the tailpipe of the car where his phone was. He's gonna die. He's gonna explode. I knew it! Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. On the night of the murder, we found a panty snatcher. And he hid himself in the Maractus Clinic garage. Incidentally, that is the garage where he found his cell phone. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. While you may not be a murderer, you're guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please, it's not what it looks like. No, I want to hear. Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it... Ah! So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you're not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent. V stands for valiant. Your point? I'm not done! Now, I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you don't understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. Oh my god, he stole the panties because he gets no bitches and stacks no paper. You are fucking with me. His defense is going to be, I've never seen a pussy, so I had to steal all these panties. This is unreal. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. No. It's because the panties, they're hammer space. Okay. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. That's why she's seen him before. He's talking about the magic panties trick. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties! It mocks the laws of physics. And a frozen chicken? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick. You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I imagine being Gavin here, by the way. Just like, Jesus fucking Christ. There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Wait, does he think all panties are like this because he gets no bitches? Oh my goodness gracious. The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but it was the north. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest here, forehead. What? Me? Why did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Yeah, there's like a big fucking... Well, let's save scum. It's the other panties. He stole the evil panties. How many panties are you carrying in your pocket? These are the last, honest. Well, these are found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see why he was there. Mr. Stickler, you didn't... Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So these... You also stole these panties. That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. Joe Biden, thank you for the 500. When I saw them hanging on a clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. So that is a crime boss's family. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home when I stumbled upon murder. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? So I threw away the panties. I love this guy. Most normal engineer. Does it? What did we learn today? Nothing. The defendant, Walkie-Kataki, was at the scene of the crime. He was pointing a weapon at the victim. Walkie-Kataki has a clear motive. Yeah, okay, we did learn all that. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the right temple has yet to be explained. The knife doesn't really make sense. But we'll see. Yeah, baby. Problem. Jesus fucking Christ. What a disastrous day in court. What a train wreck that was. Glad we made it out of the trial alive. Really? I had fun. And Walkie made it through the day, too. Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the case. But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly. Yeah. The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance. Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's enough of him. Oh, yeah. Thank you for today. The trial went well. Oh, I'm glad you thought so. I didn't think it went pretty well. Do you think Walkie will be okay? No, I think he's fucked. You have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Congratulations. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. There's no shot that Waki is trying to stage this, right? Because he doesn't want to marry her? You sure about marrying into the Kataki family? I'm fine with it, and I love Waki with all my heart. That's sweet. So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob? I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course. Where did you and Waki first meet? Banditation, thank you for the sub. We met at my old job. Huh. Did you know the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. Huh. Can't imagine Waki going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? That's not the word I would have used. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. But Waki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold. Let's talk about Waki. Can I ask you a question about Waki? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus. Flashback to something that happened under an hour ago. Huh? I don't like this woman. Let's go to, Eldunes. Can we go in the Maractus Clinic? I guess not. All right, let's try the detention center. Please do not make me talk to Wesley Stickler. Please do not make me talk to Wesley Stickler. Hi. So you like panties, don't you? Yes, that night I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning Yeah, oh my god. You're here too? Oh, great Trucy, teach me! I must know the secret of your panties! This is killing me. It's really killing me. I don't know, I think you'd make a great lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Could you relate to what you saw the night of the murder? Why not? Hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night. Of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. So when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen." Next moment, a shot was fired. This is all true, really. you want your phone back? Talk to me about the phone. Alright. This guy sucks. Oh, good. Okay. Hey, it's Mr. Eldoon. What's wrong? So you found my stand. That's why I'm here, to thank you. But now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back. That's it. What are you talking about here? The stand. For generations, it served up the very best noodles us Eldoons could make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. It's more than a stand. It's history. Okay, all right. I was a go-getter back in my day. Until my friend next door butted in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Whoa. He was a doctor. Hate him. Hey, Ted. He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, huh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The mob. The Kitaki family? They're having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business, so he started giving the Kitaki family a good deal. Every fifth operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops! Oh, no doubt it's illegal. But it got him in good with the family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town, leaving me here in the dark, up to my neck in soupy noodles. So you, Mr. Eldoon, you're a doctor, right? Figured it out, did you? That's right, I was a doctor. A surgeon. Until the year before last. Mr. Maractus was your rival? You like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, sorta. You take a spoon, you drink some broth, the onions will find their way in there. For people who like them, that's just fine. For people who hate them, I hate onions. Always sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was, an onion. Onion boy, that's what I called him. So you weren't friends? Ha! Me and Pal Maractus? Ever since preschool, we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough, he'd come following along, and he'd do it better than me. Just blow right past me with so much as a howdy. I was a surgeon long before he was. And he comes along. Thanks to him, I was forced to trade in my scalpel for a ladle. Why? You ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. You're investigating Maractus, aren't you? Well, you want to know about a doctor, you should ask a doctor. That's all I'm saying. Think of me if you need something. Interesting. Well, we gotta check out the clinic, that's for sure. Yeah, but what about the guard? No harm in asking? We can show proof, though. Alright, I guess not. We must need something else. Can we get in through the garage? Nope. Well, we haven't been here yet. And we're not going to. Haven't been here yet either. It's still shitty out here. I love this fucking character. Hey, you two, over here. Little Plum, what's up? I heard you retrieved my bloomers. Yep. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yes, we did, yeah. Aw, I'll deal with you later. But enough about bloomers. What about my son, Walkie? Walkie? He's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm gonna be a gangster, dude. The life does have an appeal for that age, particularly for boys. He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yeah, we heard. But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol, then he couldn't have shot anyone. He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. Hopefully, when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences. One of our pistols is missing. So the murder weapon was from the mansion? We kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days, none of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Walkie could have taken it. I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change. Ha ha ha. Walkie's fiancé. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose. She's been staying over lately. You don't look too happy about it. How'd you guess? Could you tell us more about her? Walkie brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot. She's pretty. Oh, yeah, she's pretty enough, but you know... it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in the business too long, and you start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people. A nose for trouble. I feel the same way about her. The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him. But Walkie seems... well, it seems like he's against his father's position. It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now. Trying to cut our ties to the shadier side of the street and do more on the up and up. Walkie isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true. Why the change? Ha ha ha! It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. He'll see things the way the boss sees them someday. Anything new in the trash? Oh, the slippers. I was hoping to meet with my client. All right, let's go.
Yo! Now that's sus.
What did you call me? Dizam! He calls his wife his little imposter? Are Walkie and her in on something? He's legitimately acting sus. Oh, Snapple Cakes. She's so fine. Thank you. How did you two meet? Huh? Well, man, if she wouldn't tell you, I'd best hold my tongue, you feel me? What, you shouldn't have said shit, Trucy. We knew. 6 months back, I go into Rivale's turf packing a knife, and you were shot. Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart, but my homies weren't too late. It's a miracle I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kataki family, you know that? So you were taken to the Maractus Clinic then. You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. Mr. Kataki's scary enough when he's not angry, but the bullet that hit you, it was never removed, and it's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Rivales paid him off, I'm sure of it. Okay. Life in the family is a G thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying. No. My old man, he's gone soft. He says the old rival gang days are over. He just wants to make money. Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better to live fast and die young. Faux shizzle. Wait till I run the yard, then everyone will know what time it is. Well, shit. Let's talk about some of this shit. Brandon Go, thank you for the sub. What's with a knife? They belong to the family. I snuck them out that night. So the killer, Mr. Stickler says he saw that night was... I guess it was me. I was there after all. Yo, Walkie, do you think you could tell us exactly what happened that night? Heh. You don't beat around the bush, do you? I like your style, shorty. Great. It worked. Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. Did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Huh? The day of that checkup, when I found out about the bullet by my heart, I borrowed a gun from the family stash, figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own medicine, which is exactly what he said. But you were carrying a knife. Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him in the park, and he's dragging a noodle stand behind him. The thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well. But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, I guess it probably was me who did him in, you know what I'm saying? That's weird. What the fuck? How do we get in? Ace Attorney moment. Fuck. Come on. Some fans found me on my way out. Just my luck. Ugh. Thus the screams. New album just came out, you know. Try waving to them. They love it. Oh, he's so cute. They're so excited. Doesn't matter who waves to him, see? This is surreal. So, you were here investigating? And I was on my way home. And my hog gave up the ghost. I'd like to give your hog a ghost. My motorcycle won't start. A dogged exhaust pipe. Oh, I'd like to pipe down your exhaust. Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that. Ah, it's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Ooh, I'd like to use the right oil on you. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. I'd like to... No, this one's too hard. Ah, machines, tell me you share my angst, hair forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. Haha. In any event, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. Oh, cool. She's in a foul mood, too. Be gentle. Auf Wiedersehen, baby. All right, let's get in. Hello, Detective Sky. This is miserable. I just got a new kit and I can't get the stuff to work. Everyone's all smiles for that glimmerous fop. Not too fond of the gays. She really is homophobic. More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous? When he walks, his shiny chains catch the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting. Damn, she's just like me, eating snacks. You know Mr. Wright, correct? How do you know my daddy? I want details. Ah, well, he helped me out a long time ago. You might say he saved me. I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I went to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe. But you're a detective now? Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. And my heart is full of science. That's why I brought the kit through mail order. I see. Got banned from Farfa for saying that Gage isn't pro-material. Okay. Well, if you're begging for bans, you can get one. Pro-material in Yu-Gi-Oh? You know how easy it is to be? It's not like you have to work out to be... A prosecutor should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glimmerous and more simmerous, you know? Sure. Really? Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped him of the badge? What the fuck? What happened? Alright, let's talk about the new kit. you mind me asking exactly what it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that? Oh, you want to know? Do you? Well, I splurged on a new toy. I'd like to splurge on a new toy. And that one just writes itself. Well, what exactly is going on here? Footprint analysis kit. It was raining on the night of the murder. All right. Let's go. Yes. Feet, 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 feet. Ah, now we fill it with the cum. Ugh. Ah! Gross! Ugh! Dry the plaster until it turns white. Right, okay. Wait, this fucking sucks. I have to do this every time. Great. Ooh. Gavin, of course, has custom shoes. Wesley Stickler has shitty shoes. Plum Kataki. Oh, that's Waki Kataki. Comparing. Okay. Wow. All right, let's do it again. Feet, 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 feet. I want to do the one print over here. Ooh, this isn't helpful. That's interesting. mean, it could be the slippers. Take that! Oh. Okay. Well, maybe it wasn't that. Alright, well, the only one we haven't done is this. This is not a print. Ace Attorney Memento, you need to check the slippers. Oh. Well, that is backseating, but I never would have ever gotten that in a million years, so... no big deal. Alright, I mean, that's Wesley Stickler. Why does he have a nail in his shoe? Wow, Leaf. Whoa, crazy. Stupid that I have to do this. It's just very dumb. The Maractus Clinic slippers. Oh, these are going to be our ticket into the Maractus Clinic. Oh, thank you, Sky. Show this to the police officer on duty. Great, let's go. I hope we get to talk to Dr. Hottie again. I'm actually fine. I'm fine if we never see him again ever. God damn it. Okay, there we go. There's a slipper missing. What the fuck? What is going on here? Why are there all these bowls of noodles? Look at these bowls. They're from Eldoon's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty. No. All the bowls have been washed clean. Well, what's next? These are the slippers, and we are missing one. What's the bear? This is important, is the bear. The clinic reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Jesus Christ. Nothing in the trash. Something in the door here? Counter my argument. Yeah, I got one for you. Think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. Too bad. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks. Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. Horrifying. Thump. Ah, that sound. It came from behind this door. A break-in! They left through the window! I guess so. Holy shit. So what's with the ridiculous experiments here? Beakers? It's a goldfish. Oh, okay. All right. Gee, I don't know. No. I have no idea. 7, 9. He's 46. Is it something obvious, chat? I'm getting the sense that I'm missing something extremely obvious. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry. 7-9. Seven, 9. Why are you all lolling? Ugh. Gavin is 24? Oh my god. Oh. Oh, let me remember. Let me try and remember what my hold up. Emulation. Emulation is completely fine, chat, provided you rip the ISO from a fucking cartridge you physically own, which I did. Alright, here we go. Okay, that didn't work. Time to fuck this up. There we go. Got it. Give me the shit. A medicinal chart. There's an x-ray in here. I can't read the chart either. It's all in medical speak. But the names are easy enough to read. Look, my patient, it says Waki Kataki. This is Waki. Why would this one chart be here in the safe? Physician signature says Palmaractus. It's gonna be Mr. Noodle? What? Alita Tiala worked at the Maractus Clinic and had access to Waki Kataki's medical chart? Eldoon could help us. Eldoon knows. Anything else we want to look at? Books and papers are scattered around the room. What a mess. It's dry. Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left it. Interesting. This potted plant has seen better days. Normally, burglars are looking for valuables. So why look under a potted plant? And then what's this doing on the floor? Kind of an expensive-looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burned out? No. But why is it standing up? What is going on here? We're just taking it with us? Cool. The window is ajar. No, it's a window. Thank you. Where the fuck is Eldoon? Oh, fuck me. I know another guy who could help me read this chart. I know one additional person who could help me read this chart. Son of a bitch. Can we just wait? Can we just wait for Eldoon to come back? Hey, Phoenix. Tell me what happened 7 years ago, please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. Oh, okay. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you? Yes, he was only 17 years old at the time. Wow. He took the bar exam abroad in Europe. They're progressive over there, you know. This is how Francisca passed as well. Defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. In my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How could that be all? What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Tell me, how does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, the forging attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't see you jumping to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence, maybe I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it? I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright. Looks like he doesn't want to talk about the accusations of forgery for now. Okay. Do you know how to read a medical chart? Okay. Eldoon, can you please come back? Ace Attorney Memento. There's a single pair of sandals here. Why would there be sandals here? Well, they took off the sandals to put on the slippers. Feel pretty confident there's nothing else I need to do in here. Just down here. What the fuck? What the fuck? Please, Eldoon, be there. Oh my god, no! We did the goldfish, we did the plant. We've done everything in here. I guess we should look out the window. No, we already did that too. I feel like we've done everything in here too. I guess let's check the plant. Nope. Look at the ladder again. Ooh, good call. Oh my god, come on! Alright, okay, can you read a fucking medical chart? There's 3 doctors in here, and of course I have to show it to the person who dropped out of school. What's going on with this chart? JoJo reference, thank you for the sub. That wasn't it? How about the lamp? Bulb's broken. How about the sandals? You're the feet person, right? A toe mark. Let's go! Yeah! Yeah, let's do it. God. Ugh. There we go. Ugh! She got some dirty piggies. Oh. Yes, I do. I just fucking love Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's so epic. What a good franchise. Actual AA memento. Get your fingers real down deep in there. All right. We're dusting inside of a shoe, a plush shoe. Great. The same person wore these sandals and these slippers. I do have a pretty good idea. Cool. That was a very fun distraction. Now, where the fuck is Eldoon? Oh my god. And he's gone. Detention center? Ace Attorney memento, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ugh. That is so far off the hook. It's off the chain, G. All right. Do you know anything about your medical chart? That's right, Walkie. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? Okay. It's signed Alita Tiala. Huh, you lawyers do your homework. So you met her before. Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So, could you tell us about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, I'll tell you. Okay, we're getting somewhere with this guy. You won't see me bugging out about 1 or 2 guilty charges, but what if you're found guilty of murder? It's all experience, you feel me? Like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they? Yes, they do. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Man, my old man is whack. Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob over my dead body. I spend my life trying to keep it real. Now my old man wants to go soft. Let him. Just leave me out of it. Half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, but they came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. That's where I met her, my fallen angel. She was scared of me at first, but you know what they say? The bad guy always gets the ladies. That is what they say. She was done with that clinic anyhow, so I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangster style. Guess what she said? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet, like, on the down low. Know what I'm saying? Come on. If I leave, you'll marry me. So that was the proposal? You know it, an oath of love, right there in the hospital room. The first fucking time that I met her. This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said. Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G? But you didn't learn about the bullet at the checkup? Yeah, that's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I could get that cap pulled after I got my revenge. I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health checkup before? Nah, my old man suddenly gets the idea that we all gotta get him. Guess he's getting older. Interesting. Now is Eldoon at his house. Let's go. Thank God we didn't have to fucking talk to the hottie guy. A medical chart? You shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. What? What's going on here? That chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. A big dick. All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Oh! He has hair! Permit me to speak as a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. Holy shit. It's like he's a completely different person. What the fuck? Daddy? Well, according to this chart, this walkie-talkie feller's not doing too well. He's got a bullet right upside his heart. That's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation is already finished. But you can still see the bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on. That bullet's snug as a bug in there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. That scrap of metal's just surrounded by blood vessels, kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side, and there'd be some serious bleeding going on. Not something your average doc would be eager to fiddle with. It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. Give him another half a year tops. Oh, no. How could Dr. Maractus do a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea how he felt. An emergency operation. He got the kid's chest open on the table. He finds the bullet. That's despair right there. Cold despair. But the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out, because he was operating on a Kataki. The kid's their only son. So he skips the operation and walkies back on the street living his life. It's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he drops cold. Which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to him. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. He left Walkie to die. Well, what was he supposed to do? There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll, waiting, hungry. Compared to it, these gangs' turf wars are like kids' games. When you're up against real evil, don't matter if you're weak or strong, it'll take you all the same. Jesus Christ! You could operate on him. I wish. I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. He's really lucky to be alive even now. There's one problem. This chart, look at the nurse section. she's gonna marry him, he'll die, and then she'll inherit the Kitaki fortune. Oh, no. She's scheming. What was she thinking? She was thinking she was getting a lot of money out of this. Oh. She is legitimately the sus imposter. Oh, man. Wow. And that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for coming by. I had a gay old time. Oh, this was really fun. I'm going to be back here next Thursday doing this. But I'll also be back on Monday doing normal Yu-Gi-Oh shit. If you like what you see, !socials will get you a link to all of my places where I roam. My YouTube where I upload funny Yu-Gi-Oh ha-has. My Twitter where I write funny Yu-Gi-Oh ha-has. My Discord where I brainstorm and steal funny Yu-Gi-Oh ha-has. And my Patreon where you can get advanced entry to tournaments that I host. If you like what you see on the channel and you give me a follow, it would really help me out a lot. And additionally, if you want to see specifically the Ace Attorney playthroughs, those are on MBTV. There's a link to that in my YouTube. It's my VOD channel, and I've been uploading just the Ace Attorney stuff, edited down as well by Vlad. So I'm going to see you in the future. I'll throw you over to someone else, and until next time. Don't do risky operations. I don't know how to fucking end this. It is what it is.